We are rolling into 2023 back on all four wheels. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to kind of pick right up where we left off from the last video and get on the suspension. We're going to be using some SEM black primer on the K-member. So I'm going to spray a little bit of this on there, and then the Hot Rod Satin Black with the 2K paint. We're going to start getting this thing mocked back up. I've already popped the bottom. Let's give this thing a couple coats with you guys kind of on the camera here, so you can kind of see. Just give it a good coverage here. So there we go guys. This will dull down just a little bit. It's not going to be gloss, it'll be satin. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this finished up, and we'll catch back up when we get into the car and get it bolted in. So we have the K-member in. These are the factory bolts that I cleaned up with the sandblaster. You can see when I get in really close, the sandblaster did a great job. I just hit those with a rust preventative coating and called it a day. I already replaced the ball joints on both sides. I did get a kit from O'Reilly to press the old ones out, and it was just a bear. So I decided not to film that, but we do have the new ones on, new boots, new castle nuts and all that. So now the next step is the coilovers and the spindles and all that. Alright people, here's the deal. We're going to clean up our spindles with some wire brushes, get off as much of the heavy crud as we can, follow that up with a little bit of brake parts cleaner, and then one last cleaning with the wax and grease remover right before we put on the good old Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer. And then we're going to follow that up with some black Duplicolor engine paint just to make them look a little bit nicer. We have new brake dust shields we picked up from NPD, National Parts Depot, and the rivet set to put those back on. And of course I had to pick up a rivet gun because I didn't have one big enough for these rivets, because they are of the bigger kind. Now I could have done both of these at the same time, but I wanted to show you the difference. I mean, they came out really nice. I'll show you a couple side-by-side comparisons. Take the time on it, and it took like 30 minutes, and it's going to make a whole huge difference on the way that it all looks, and you'll feel better about it knowing that you took the extra minute to clean it up and make it look the best you can. Alright, now that we got the spindles all put back together, I'm going to bring you over here. I have the coils, or the coilover set up. I'm going to clean one and leave the other the way it is for a side-by-side comparison. We're going to use the sandblaster to clean up the bolts, and I think I got this sleeve over here. The sleeve that goes to this side, we're going to sandblast it and then recoat it. The coil itself, probably going to leave that, even though it's not the prettiest. We'll wipe it down and see what we can do with it. But we'll sandblast a couple of the other parts just to get them cleaned up, or I may just clean them and see how they come out. But for now, we're going to sandblast this and the bolts, clean that up, and give a side-by-side comparison. Because a little bit of elbow grease goes a long way. Spend a few minutes cleaning this stuff up, it'll look almost brand new. Also, I have no idea what these coilovers are, what brand they are. If you guys know, drop a comment down in the comment section below and let me know if you've ever used them before. They came with the car, so for right now we're gonna do with what we got. I don't think they're the greatest brand. Don't even see a brand name on them, but they'll get us through for now. Alright guys, quick update on the coilovers. I got this one done here on the right hand side. I put in these billet aluminum pieces into the sandblaster, these little collars here for the spanner wrenches, and then I put that in the sandblaster and then hit it with, where is that? I hit it with this. It's a metal cast coating, anodized coating. It's got like a metallic finish to it. It dries super fast, super smooth. I put the first one on light, the second one on a little bit heavier, but that's the difference night and day. These were like a polished. I wanted to go with something a little bit more matte finish, satin finish anyways, so putting in the sandblaster was perfect. And then right up here on the button for the adjustable pressure inside of the coilover component in the strut, I went ahead and touched it up with that same metal casting color, so it did turn out a whole lot nicer. But there you go guys, there's the side-by-side comparison, and then these are the bolts that hold them in. This one has not been sandblasted, and this one has been sandblasted and is raw right now. I'm probably just going to cover that with the rust reformer to protect it from any future rusting, and that's what we'll bolt everything in with. So I'm going to jump off of here for now, and we'll probably catch back up once I have everything ready to reinstall as far as all this goes. And then I've got some plans for the brake calipers. Alright people, as you can see, we went ahead and picked up our rotors from O'Reilly's. They did cut in as much as they could, but they said there was a little spot here that they couldn't go past. That's why you see that black line. But overall, they're a lot better than they were, and they're going to be true to both sides, so we shouldn't have any shuddering or pulling towards one side when we stop. And it only cost me about $40 to do that. So for right now, not to spend the $300 on the other rotors, I'm okay with that. We did go put this guy in the sandblaster, and then that stripped it down to a really nice solid finish that we could spray the caliper paint on there. Went ahead and dusted a few coats of that on there, so that looks good. And then we put a nice set of ceramic brake pads on there that'll give off a low amount of dust, since we don't want to, you know, ruin those nice new wheels. Got everything bolted in here. It's not 100% torqued down yet, but it's all fully installed. I went ahead and put that bolt right there in the sandblaster as well, and it came out really nice. Actually, the nylon insert inside of the bolt was not a nice blue like that. So, you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with the investment of that sandblaster, because it's made a world of difference on all these parts. So makes it a lot easier to clean everything up and gives it a nice professional finish, in my opinion. And I think the Harbor Freight sandblast box was like 150 bucks or something. So money well spent. If you don't have one, I definitely suggest getting one if you're going to be doing something like this. It'll make a world of difference and take a lot of time off of trying to scrub these parts down by hand or sanding them with, you know, sandpaper by hand and whatnot. So I'm gonna get this wheel put on, and then we'll catch up, and I'll show you what it looks like with the wheel on. Looks really good. I'm happy with that. Get a little angle from the side here for you. Bam. Anyway, it's raining outside, and we got to put the other side back on. I've got that right here ready to go, and I finished the other caliper today. Yesterday we did all the other stuff. It just got too late, and I had to roll it on. And today in the evening I did clean up in here, but as you can see, it stayed clean for about 5 minutes. And then we got this guy pressure washed right there. So once we have all that done, we can put the blaster cabinet back away over there, get some things organized. That wheel will be out of here. That bench right there with the suspension stuff will be gone. and then I'm going to clean up some of the parts and organize a little bit more further in depth because it's gotten kind of out of hand over there too. So we'll have a little more floor space, and then you can see we went and got these guys from Harbor Freight, little work stands, and we're going to be putting the doors that we got on those work stands to get prepped. So for today, I think we're going to end up with putting the other wheel back on and then getting the crash support mounted back up, and then we'll take a look at everything after that. We're not hooking up any of the brake lines right now because we still have to get the manual adapter for the master cylinder, and not sure what we're going to have to do as far as brake lines. So I'm going to leave all that undone right now. My goal for this is just to get the car back down on all four wheels so we can kind of move on and keep going with the build. We ain't ready for brakes yet anyway. We don't even have an engine in, so. But what do you think, guys? What do you think? I think I'm in love. That's what I think. So, little sneak peek. We started working on the floor pans in here, getting those cleaned up. We got the underneath the driver's passenger seat, or back seat, sorry. We got underneath the back seat done. So once we get that all coated, we're gonna go back over it with some Pour 15 and then some sound deadening. I have to order the sound deadening, so I'm not sure when that's gonna get here, but at least the floors will be completely rust-free, solid, and coated. So that's probably gonna be something that we're gonna be working on in the next upcoming couple of videos. But let me know what you guys think about this overall. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I got to wheel this car back under the tent here because I've got a lot more work to do. I think we're going to jump into the inside. So you'll see that in an upcoming video. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.